Hello, online crew, and welcome to today's live where I'm going to talk about something really simple that you could adopt and something really effective for you if you do adopt it to help you get your control back. So, how many of you feel that you're just not progressing the way that you would like? You're not as far ahead as you think you should be. You know you're not achieving as much as you should have by now. So you're feeling a little bit of that lack of control, and you really want to get back in the driver's seat and control your time and control your life and get good results in your business, and that's something that you really desire to do. You're just not quite sure how to get there. If that's how you feel, then this live will probably be very beneficial, to you. So I'm going to share with you a very simple concept that I just want you to write down. It's 2 words, and that you need to remind yourself of this over and over and over again. And then I want to give you 5 steps to help you get control back of your life. And that might not only be your business, it could be certain areas of your life or your health or your relationships or certain things that you don't feel that you have control of. So that's what we're going to talk about today. At the beginning of every week, which is now, I share something with you regarding personal development, personal growth, something to help you be a better version of yourself. And that's what we're talking about, today. The reason that I do that is that I do strongly believe, although all the social media side of it is what everybody wants to learn, and everybody's after that, they're chasing the shiny object syndrome and the next strategy or the content strategy or, this next social media platform that might give them the break. That's what everybody's chasing. But honestly, what's going to make you successful at the end of the day is who you are and who you become and the way that you think. And if you set yourself up for success in the way that you think and the way that you execute and the actions that you take, then the results will come, the success will come in all areas of your life. So this is why this is so important. So I like to talk to you about something thought-provoking and, to help you be a better version of yourself so you can have that successful business, that you want. So if we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. I'm here for our online crew community of social sellers. Those of you in direct sales, network marketing, MLM, you're building a business online. And I specialize in social media systems for serious social sellers. So teaching you sort of the ABC of how to become online and be successful online. And that's learning how to A, attract people to you, B, build a brand and influence, and C, converting that to sales or members of your team. So that's what I'm all about, but more importantly, doing it in a way where you are a human before a marketer. And if that's how you want to build your business, if that's what aligns with you, then you're in the right place, because that's what's important to me. I'm in the industry with you building, and I build with the utmost integrity and, those strategies around being a human before a marketer. So before I get onto this, just highlight what's happening this week. Clubhouse tomorrow, we're talking about content and how to consistently create, that authentic content. So make sure you join us for that, because that could be really beneficial to you. Coaching community members, we're going a little bit further with that. And I'm talking about how to, I just lost my train of thought, how to create transformational content. So working smarter and not harder with your content, and content that really sort of, shines through. And don't forget, this time next week, we will be doing the TikTok Bootcamp 2.0. So if you are not registered for that, go to helenmartinonline.com/TikTok, and that'll get you registered for the bootcamp. It's completely for free. We'll do it for the 4 days of the week. So if you are not registered for that, you definitely want to. I have more discussions on TikTok than any other platform. I can put a post out on Facebook and get crickets. I can put a little video on TikTok about exactly the same type content, and I'll get lots of comments and reactions for more information. So TikTok is not a platform that you want to ignore. I would recommend that you learn more about it. But I've been on TikTok for quite a while, but rebranded about 5 months ago, and that was 5 months ago. I did the first TikTok bootcamp, and I've learned a lot since then. So I'm going to share you all the latest and greatest that I've learned from TikTok with the bootcamp next week. So make sure you register for that at helenmartinonline.com/TikTok. So let's have a discussion around a simple yet effective strategy that can get you back on track, and 5 tips that I'm going to give you to get your control back. Okay, so let me give you 2 scenarios. So here's one scenario versus another. So you wake up in the morning. This might be relevant to a lot of you. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is grab your phone. And you grab your phone and you start scrolling. And you are then lost in the scroll. You're checking your messages, then you go and check your email, and then an hour or so goes, by, and your whole morning's been derailed by picking up your phone first thing. Versus somebody that gets up in the morning, they don't touch their phone, or if your phone is your alarm, fair enough, but you're not distracted by all the things that are happening with your phone. You're just using it for maybe an alarm, and you're checking the time. But you get up and exercise first thing, and then you do a bit of journaling, and then you do a bit of meditating, or you say some affirmations to yourself or something like that. Like, think of those 2 scenarios. In scenario 1 and scenario 2, what is the difference? And here's the 2 words that you want to remind yourself every day to get your control back. And as I said in this live, I'll give you the 5 steps, to help you get control back. But one is very reactive and one is very proactive. And this is the simple concept that I want to share with you that you should all be in tune with. If you are reactive, you are giving your control away. You're not in control of your life. It's that scenario where life controls you instead of you controlling your life. If you are proactive, you are ahead of the game. You are in control. You're doing what you want to do for you, and you're getting stuff done for you. So the difference in life is really, really, it's profound. Most of you, 90% of you, are reactive and you're not proactive. Would you agree? If you're watching live or catching the replay, would you, like when you listen to those 2 scenarios that I just gave you, reactive versus proactive, what do you think you are? I would imagine most of you are reactive instead of proactive. And I've done it again this morning. Like, there were certain things that I wanted to get done like half an hour ago after a call and things like that. And I've got waylaid by my messenger and given that my attention, my focus, and I've, replied to messages and things like that instead of doing what I needed to do in the last half hour or so. So I've been reactive to what everybody else is shooting off at me, questions, whatever. I'm reacting to that, making sure everybody else is satisfied, getting the answers that they want, getting what they need, and I've left myself behind. So if you execute more, proactive ways instead of reactive ways, you are going to get back in the driver's seat and get much more control of your life. Isn't that something that you would prefer? So let's take an example. As some of you, if you've been watching me regularly, you know that I've been on a weight loss journey for the last 4 or 5 months. I've lost over 20 kilos. How is that? Here's what I used to do versus what I do now. Reactive, hungry, eat. Does that make sense? You're reactive to your circumstances. So you get hungry. You're not proactive with, having things in your fridge that are healthy, planning out meals, things like that. That's somebody that's proactive. I have to be proactive in my health journey, in my weight loss journey, to do what I've done over the last, 4 months, 4 or 5 months. Okay. I have to be proactive with all of those things. Proactive in getting my shopping delivered on time, getting the right foods and having them in the pantry, having things made up. So if I get really hungry, I've got something healthy to go for. What I would do previously is just be really reactive and not have all that planned out. So when you're reactive to things, you make mistakes, you let yourself down. When you're proactive with things, you set yourself up for success. Does that make sense? There's a huge difference being reactive to everything in life and being proactive to everything in life. So if you are reactive, you are that person that's waking up in the morning, you're grabbing your phone, you're going to your messages, you're going to your emails, you were reacting to what's on the other side of the screen. When you do that, you absolutely 100% from the minute that you wake up, give your power to everybody else. Because you're absorbing and you're immersing yourself in what everybody else is putting in front of you, not what you want or need to do for you. When you are proactive with what you need, what your goals are, what action you need to take, how to set yourself up for success, how for you to get in the right frame of mind, then you are setting yourself up for success. So there is a massive difference between being being reactive in life or being proactive in life. If you want to get somewhere, if you want to get control back with your life, your time, your relationships, your health, everything, including your business, you need to be proactive and get back in the driver's seat. So here's the 5 recommendations that I've got for you. So I would probably write down these things and focus on them. Number 1, I've got them written down. So if I'm just looking down, I'm just referring to my notes. Hey, Brian, good to see you on. Number 1, start your day by setting yourself up for success. This is how you get control back. What do you need first thing in the morning? How do you need to frame your mind? How do you need to set yourself up for success for the day? What is it that you need to fill your mind with rather than going to your phone and checking your messages and your email and what everybody's demanding from you from the minute you wake up? You put that aside for the first hour. You get up maybe half an hour earlier or an hour earlier and you do some exercise, you do some reading, you do some journaling, you do some affirmations, you do some meditation, whatever floats your boat, whatever works for you. But the first thing you need to do is your morning. You need to set yourself up for success with the right frame of mind for you in what you want to achieve for the day. Life and business. That's step 1. How do you start your day? Be proactive with that and not reactive to what's like on the other side of your phone. Huge difference when you do that. So start there. Some of you might just need to conquer, number 1 before you go on to 2, 3, 4, and 5. So start there on number 1. Number 2, learn to guard your time. Do you know how much time I give away of my own to what other people want from me? The messages that they send me, the questions that they don't bother to research themselves if they just took a little bit more time in, researching something rather than sending my message or where do I find, what's the answer to this? And then I go and research, find the answer, send it back to them. Just, guard your time. I don't do that enough for myself. So there's things I could be further ahead in my world, in my business, in my life, in my personal life, if I guarded my time a little bit more. Do you understand how important that is? Guard your time for what you need to do and what you need to get done. And, you are number 1 for what you need to do. So guard your time. That is being proactive. When you guard your time and you prioritize, so this is number 3, you prioritize what you need to do for you, not what everybody else needs you to do. So what are your priorities in your business? You know what they are. And a lot of you are not doing them. Why? Because you're not guarding your time. You're distracted by other things. You're distracted by what other people want from you. So what are your priorities? Do you reevaluate that at the end of every day? What are my priorities today? I've got to get that done before I even pick up my phone and look at my messages. Do you guard your time like that? Even family, friends, particularly social media, email, customers, whatever. When you learn to guard your time, you're being proactive in what's important to you and what you need. When you are awesome, when you're on fire, when you've got confidence, when you've got belief, when you've got all the things going on for you, you will build an awesome business. When you rob your time and give it to everybody else, when you don't prioritize what you need to do and then you let yourself down every day and then you beat yourself up every day because of that, you are on a vicious spiral. So not only are you probably not setting yourself up for success for the first thing in the morning, you're probably not guarding your time and you're probably not prioritizing what it is that you need to do for you. Making sense so far? Can anyone relate to this? Let me know. Number 4 in, getting your control back and being really proactive is, what do you need to take action on? The only thing that gets things done, that gets you where you want to go, is taking the action. I can't walk in the door of a gym and look at the equipment and get fit. I can't look in my fridge and wish for something healthy to be in there. I have to put healthy things in there. I have to make healthy food. I can't wish for my business to be more than it is. I have to go and take the action. I have to send the messages. I have to put the social media content out there. I have to take the action in all areas of those life, that's important to me. So that is being proactive. When I'm taking the action that I need to take, I'm being proactive in doing what I need to do to get where I need to go. If I'm letting life get in the way and I'm full of distractions and I'm not doing those things and I'm not taking the action, I'm thinking a lot about my business. I'm thinking a lot about my health. I'm thinking a lot about my relationships. I'm thinking a lot about thinking about things, but I'm not actually getting any results or, good enough results because I'm not taking the right action. So if you want to get better results and you want to get your control back with your business and your life and your health and all the things, you've got to take the action, and that's being proactive. You can't think about being successful in the various areas of your life that you want to be successful. You've got to take the action to be successful. So you have to prioritize that and be proactive with that. I know I'm sucking eggs here. I know you've heard all of this before, but not enough of you are doing it or prioritizing it or really kind of reevaluating around it, which takes me to number 5, evaluating. At the end of every single day, you should be saying to yourself today, what worked today, what didn't work, what can I do differently? Every day. The reason why you want to do that every day is because you pivot really quickly and then you can get back into action the next day with what you know you need to do. If you're not evaluating, your days go by and you're wasting time. Those days turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years. So being proactive is thinking about, how did my day go today? Was it successful? Did I get what I wanted to get done? Why didn't it get done? What am I going to do differently to make sure it does get done? Did I follow through with my promises? Did I set myself up for success? Did I do what I was saying I was going to do? Spit it out, Helen. You've got to evaluate. So if you truly want to get back in the driver's seat and get back in control of all areas of your life, this is not only business, this is you. And really getting the results that you want to get in all areas of your life. 2 words, reactive versus proactive. You choose that. If you're not where you want to be, if your days are slipping into weeks, are slipping into months, are slipping into years, then my guess is that you are being more reactive in life than proactive with what you know you need to do. So you've got to prioritize being proactive. So how do we get started with being proactive? 5 things. I'll list them off, really quickly. Start your day by setting yourself up for success. You've got to start your day in the right frame of mind. Number 2, guarding your time. So, putting blocks on your time blocking for what you need to do, those kind of things. So, if somebody sends you a message, get back to it when you can get back to it. Don't jump. Don't be reactive to that. Guard your time. 3, what are your priorities? Have you written them out? Have you, the night before, what are my main top 3 priorities to get done tomorrow? Are you really prioritizing what you need to do in your life and your business? Number 4, taking the action around what those priorities are that you've just set. Nothing will get you to where you want to go unless you're taking the necessary action. Relationships wise, that might be committing more time to your partner, having a date night, whatever. It's an action step. You go and make it happen. If you want to be healthier, you have to take the action steps to make that happen. You have to shop for the right food. You have to prepare the right foods. You have to take the action to set yourself up for success. If you want to build a viable, healthy business, you have to concentrate on 2 things initially. And that's content and conversation. So are you taking the necessary action to get the content out there? And are you taking the necessary action to have the right conversations? So action has got to be high on your agenda. You can't think about being healthier, fitter, having amazing relationships, having an amazing business. You can't think about that. You've got to actually go and do it. And number 5, evaluating all of that. But evaluate at the end of every day. That's being proactive and not reactive. When you are I'll say this again, when you are reactive and everybody gets what they want from you and you leave yourself behind, you are giving your power away to everybody else. You've lost that control to really get back in the driver's seat and make things happen for yourself. No one else is going to make it happen for you. If you want to be healthier, you got to make it happen. If you want to have a business, better business, you've got to make it happen. If you want to have better relationships, you've got to make it happen. If you want to be worthy of a 6-figure income, you've got to make it happen. You've got to be proactive and not reactive. Reactive people get left behind. Reactive people get fat. Reactive people get unhealthy. Reactive people get diseases. Reactive people get stuck in their head with the business that they want to build but can't. Because you're giving what everybody else wants from you and you're not doing what you need to do for you. I know I'm talking fairly strongly about this, but I see it all the time, and I see excuses after excuses after excuses. Even those people in my highest level mentorship program, I hear excuses after excuses after excuses because they're not being proactive in what they actually wanted in the first place. They're being reactive to life and people and social media and their phone and their email and their news and, all the rest of it. And they're not really being proactive enough. And I do it every day. I'm not perfect in this at all. But when I do number 5 and I evaluate, it's like you're doing it again. You're being reactive to what everyone else wants from you again, and you're not getting your own stuff done. Getting my own stuff done is being proactive in what I need for my business and my life. I've done a very good job of that with my health and my weight loss and everything over the last 4 or 5 months. I've been very proactive in making sure I've got that on track. It doesn't always happen in my business though. But I evaluate and I pivot really quickly and I rein it back in and I rein it back in and I rein it back in. And that's what I recommend you do. If you want to get better results in your life, your personal life, your relationships, your business, all of that, you really need to focus on being more proactive rather than reactive. And do those 5 things that I mentioned before. Okay? As I say with all of these videos at the beginning of the week, take that for what you will. But I do believe it's a game changer when you take it seriously. And that's up to you. The reality of where you're at in your life right now is the result of your choices up until this point in time. Every single day, you get to choose how you show up. Every single day, you get to choose what you do, how you act, how you show up, what actions you take, the way that you think. It's all a choice. And you can either set yourself up for success, or you can let life control you instead of you controlling your life. So I know what I choose, and I have to reassess and reevaluate pretty much every day with that, because I lose track and I get reactive instead of proactive. But, work out what's important to you and follow those 5 steps. I hope this is helpful, and I hope at least there's just one person out there that listens to this video that takes it seriously, and you get more back in the driver's seat of your life to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, that's my goal for you. So over to you to take that on board or not. So remember, Clubhouse tomorrow, we're talking about content. Coaching community members, later in the week, your exclusive training, we're talking about transformational content so you can work smarter and not harder. And then don't forget, this time next week, we'll be starting the TikTok Bootcamp. So make sure you're registered for that. It's completely for free. Just go to helenmartinonline.com/TikTok, and then you'll be able to register for that. And when you register, you'll get all the information about the dates, the times, the workbook, and everything that you need to know. So I really look forward to delivering that to you guys next week. But for now, join us on Clubhouse tomorrow, and then, later in the week for more great training. So I'll see you in the next training. Bye.